In every corner of the world, voices travel through invisible highways of code and light. We share. We learn. We dream. But in the shadows of this vast, connected world, something else stirs. Silent watchers. Hidden traps. Lies dressed as truth. Every click, every swipe, leaves a trace, a footprint, and sometimes a target. But we are not powerless. We can learn the language of the digital realm. We can read the signs, hear the warnings, and guard what matters most. Welcome to the Watchtower. A place where we rise above the noise, where we see the dangers before they strike, where every citizen becomes a guardian, not just of their own digital life, but of the community we all share. This is the beginning of your watch, the Digital Watchtower. Observation, awareness, protection. From the Watchtower, every horizon looks different. Some see only the dangers. Others see only the promise. But a true guardian sees both. Dr. Mariam Temitayo Ahmed has walked the corridors of the digital world in every form. As a teacher, a researcher, a mentor, and a relentless advocate for safety and inclusion. From Africa to the Middle East, from North America to every place where connection is life. She has stood with those seeking to understand, to protect, and to lead. She knows the terrain we all live in, the beauty of connection, and the shadows that hide within it. She has seen the scams that steal trust, the breaches that shatter livelihoods, and the silent watchers that move unseen. And still, she believes. She believes in the power of awareness, in the strength of community, and in the courage of ordinary people to become extraordinary guardians. Today, she stands here, not to speak at you, but to guide you. Through the coming months, she will take you beyond fear into understanding, beyond the noise into clarity, beyond the shadows into a place where you can see threats before they arrive and guard what matters most. This is your guide. This is your moment. Together, you will keep the watch.
Hello, everyone, and a very warm welcome to you all. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening from wherever you are joining us in the world. My name is Mira West, and it's a real joy for me to introduce the two incredible guides who will be leading our program today. First, I am thrilled to introduce Dr. Mariam Temitayo Ahmed. She is a truly respected cybersecurity educator, researcher, mentor, and a powerful advocate for digital safety and inclusion. With over a decade of experience spanning Africa, the Middle East, and North America, Dr. Ahmed has dedicated her career to building safer digital environments and nurturing the next generation of cybersecurity professionals. She is currently a professor at Cambrian College in Ontario, Canada, shaping minds in everything from cloud security to cyber ethics. Beyond the classroom, she is a dedicated mentor in the Women in Cybersecurity Mentorship Program, where her leadership continues to inspire and shape a more secure digital world for us all. And joining her is the equally inspiring Marian Shuaibu Aliyu. Mariam is a cybersecurity awareness specialist, an educator, and the brilliant founder of Cyber Hijabi Tech, a platform committed to empowering women with practical skills and mentorship in cybersecurity. Her own journey into technology is a powerful story of resilience and determination. And today, she channels that passion into leading trainings and community programs that are actively bridging the gender gap in tech. As the cybersecurity facilitator at Aisha Kwaku and Associates and lead trainer at her own organization, Mariam speaks with such heart about digital empowerment and the vital role women play in securing our future. Together, these two remarkable women bring not only a wealth of expertise, but also a shared, passionate commitment to making the digital world more inclusive, safe, and empowering for everyone. So please join me in giving a huge warm welcome to Dr. Mariam Temitayo Ahmed and Mariam Shuaibu Aliyu. The floor is all yours.
Thank you. Yeah, so can I start now? Welcome everyone again to our Digital Watchtower. It's here again. It's good to have you, and it's good to be here again for another session. And today it's a continuation of what we've been talking about, trying to keep our cyberspace, a livable space, a secured space. Right now, this is aftermath. We started by talking about the cyberspace, the where we live in, and then we moved on to talk about uh, think before you click. Somehow, somewhere, we have to still click, right? And we have found ourselves clicking so many times, but we have left something behind, and that is our digital footprint. So, what exactly are you leaving behind? And that is the main thing we want to look into today. So, the internet never forgets. That's one thing we should know. You know, no matter how long, how soon, the internet remembers. So every click, every post, every comment, every picture you upload, it creates a permanent record. So that was the discussion we had in the previous session, you know, before you put that thing on, think, is this something you want it to rest in your record forever? So from the moment you connect to the internet, you begin leaving behind a trail of digital breadcrumbs. You are leaving something behind. You are telling us some traces that would live long, that will persist long after you've moved on. You might have forgotten you've said something, right? I might say something. It's easy for us to say stuff and you just, oh no, I forgot. But there's somewhere that doesn't forget, and that is the internet. So these traces persist long after we have moved on. And we should always know that our social media post that we made years ago, so many years back, the comments we made on the news, I mean, politicians would really know this. The way people bring back what they said maybe 10 years ago, they belong to a party today, and 10 years after they've moved on. They are now in a new party. But it's like the internet never moved on. So someone somewhere would bring it back. But you told us this, and not just only politicians, even people in general, right? Even the photos uploaded to sharing sites, the searches we've performed, we've searched for so many things, those things they leave traces back on our system, and on the internet. How do we, what exactly are we leaving behind, and how do we clear this off? Now, we said we were talking about digital footprint. What exactly is digital footprint? That is the comprehensive record of all your online activity and the data traces you leave behind. It recorded everything you're doing online, and that record you're leaving behind after you've moved on, after you've stopped visiting that site, after you never looked back into that site, right? There are so many sites we registered on. Uh, Personally, that I registered on maybe 20 years ago, possibly when we started newly searching for jobs, searching for admissions and everything. And somehow, if someone asks me, do you remember all those sites currently? I'll tell you, I can't even remember them, right? So, what exactly are you leaving behind? Everything, now going back to our social media presence. Some posts today, when Facebook tells me you posted this 15 years ago, I kind of close my eyes like, seriously, are you kidding? Same me trying to drag some people like, why you posted everything online? So I was posted this. How can I take this off? So I don't get this reminder next year. So someone doesn't bring it up again in another few years that, oh, you once posted this. So this footprint could be information that you intentionally share, like the one I just made an example of, the one on Facebook, the one you registered into a site or something. And it could actually be something that was, you have no idea someone was even collecting data from you. Honey. We have some cookies, that collect data without even informing you. Okay, so these are also other ways that we leave digital footprint. So, why does it really matter what you leave behind? Why digital footprint matter? Your privacy protection. Your personal information can be exploited by malicious actors, advertisers, or data brokers if not properly managed. At times, initially, when cybersecurity first came up, one of the excuses of people then used to be, what do I have? I mean, I have nothing to, I have no reason to fear, right? But we could now see that it's just like saying, why don't you leave your door open? You have nothing to fear. You have nothing, but you have your life. You have your personal information to protect. Wherever if someone use your information and tries to frame you up in something you never did, okay. And these are the reasons why we need this security footprint. I mean, security, the cyber security, the cyber protection. Okay, what are those things you are leaving behind? Every piece of data contributes to a profile that can be used to target or possibly manipulate you. You don't have to be the one who has done something wrong. You don't have to be that person who is trying to protect something. But by the time the attackers take one, two, three pieces of information, they could frame you up, they can manipulate you. Okay. And this is why you have to think, what am I leaving behind? The reputation management, your online presence shapes how others perceive you. There are so many people I don't know one on one, but based on what the information they put in there. Example is Mariam Shuhaib. I met her through the big world of LinkedIn. Okay, based on what she's leaving behind. It shows who she is. And I feel, wow, this is someone I would love to interact with. What is that digital footprint you are leaving behind? The potential employers, people who are thinking of, oh, I could work with this person. They are actually looking up to you. What is that information you leave behind? So that is your digital footprint. So we need to know what exactly we're leaving behind. Some people think it's for joke. Some people are more like they love to cause chaos on the internet. Like on social media, we know them is their specialty. They like to deliberate on when employers want to search for them and they start seeing what is coming up, then it shows what you represent. Identity security. The information you share online provides ammunition for identity thieves, the scammers. Small details can be pieced together to compromise your security and financial well being. So if you think I have zero in my account, nothing on my financial well-being, but you also don't want to go negative. It's okay to have zero, but you don't want to go as negative as I mean $1 million or something, that you would have to pay like your entire life. So the more reason you have to think of, okay, fine, you might look at it that I have not done anything and I don't have anything to secure, but your reputation is there for you to secure, your financial information is there for you to secure. So these two as actually basic things that why we had have to think of our digital footprint. And the digital footprint are of two types: the active footprint and the passive footprint. The active footprint are the ones you registered for those platforms. Is it a job search? Is it career opportunities? Is it educational platform? Is it a social platform, social media platform? These are like deliberate stuff that you have done, right? And we also have the passive ones. You have no idea someone is collecting your information, on the background, and someone keeps getting all this information from you somehow, from your cookies that you've actually agreed, accept, accept, accept. So easy. Why don't you like to accept cookies? Someone who once asked, why don't you like accepting cookies? I mean, just accept it and let the prompt goes away. Right? No. I need to read it first and be sure, do I really want to accept the cookies or not? So the active footprints, these are the data users intentionally share online. I talked about it. So there are things that you deliberately, your social media activity, your review and ratings, uploaded photos, comments and interactions. The things you deliberately, you're intentional about, you're actually putting it there. These are the active footprint. Then for the passive footprints are created without your explicit consent or awareness. You might not even know someone is doing anything, but the data collection is being done silently as you browse. Somehow, they know how many things, what the kind of shoes you are interested in, the kind of clothes you want to buy. Someone is getting information. So these hidden traces are usually more extensive, and this gives even more concern than the ones that are intentional. Okay, cookies and tracking is one way of getting the passive footprint. Search history logs. Search, just keep searching, right? Something is generating those data in the background. The location tracking, your GPS. Okay, I mean, especially so many of us outside country, we don't have a choice than to use this GPS. We use it. I could remember when someone was telling me, "Oh, can you imagine?" It's even telling me about the trip I had like 10 years ago, like how many countries I visited within that year, how many places I visited, and all that. Right? Shopping behavior, your purchase history, your browsing patterns, abandoned carts, product reviews, all this build up to have your words passive footprint. How digital footprints are created, similar to what we have said. Where do they get all this information? We could get the information from the social media we use. It could be from the applications we have on our phone. Okay, just keep downloading. Oh, this is another free application. Keep downloading. At times, you should ask yourself, why is this application made free? Do you think someone would just like to, I don't want to call it waste their precious time, develop a nice application for people to use and without getting something back? Sometimes, yes, we have people that possibly they are sponsored by uh, a third party or something, the NGOs and all that. But if it is not like a standard body organizing this free application that gives you this free platform, then you should know that something might be phishing. Don't just download any mobile application. So this is one of the way they collect data about you, the digital footprint. This is one of the ways they collect the digital footprint. Smart devices, your IoT devices. We love IoT, Internet of Things. IoT simply is what everything having an IP. And with that, we are able to control and use so many things with our remote control and everything. Yeah, it is beautiful. I want to go to my fridge and just tell my fridge open. Can you do the shopping list for me today? And it gives me all the list of everything I need for the week. And I want to go to my door and just say open, and it opens. It recognizes my voice. It's so beautiful. But as beautiful as it is, there are also some traces of what something it is leaving behind. So there's some kind of what information gathering. Then online browsing. Websites track every page you visit, everything you click, and interaction of analytics and advertising. So everything you're doing in within a browser, just know that it is also living, it's also part of your digital footprint that is you're leaving behind. So the data collection ecosystem, we talked about the smart devices and IoT, the applications, then the cookies on your browsers, the cookies, the trackers, all these are part of what the data collection system. The risk, we've also talked about the risk, but let's go more in detail about this risk. We've talked about the privacy risk. Your information is important. Identity theft. Identity theft should be something everybody should be concerned of. You don't want someone to take your information and use it for something that you never intended to use it for. Then, reputation management. We've talked about that as well. Oversharing and cyberbullying, especially for children. We have to be careful. Even adult does not enjoy cyberbullying. We have seen lots of videos of adults coming out crying. If adults could come out to cry, if adults could harm themselves because of cyberbullying, they think of children. So when you share too much information, when you actually wait for the unknown faces to give you some appreciation or to give you some likes or to give you some comment before you could, you know, all these are part of what could leave some traces of what the digital footprint. So cyberbullying, oversharing are part of the risk of what digital footprints. Other things are what the phishing and scams. Attackers use public available information. Attackers do not just get information. I mean, gathering information is what they spend most of their time doing than the main attack itself. And you have just made it easier by giving them information freely. Okay, so they gather that information from your digital footprint to create convincing phishing emails. What are phishing emails? We mentioned it in our previous session. So phishing emails are those emails that look real, but they are only trying to what deceive you to click on what maybe certain links that are not true, that possibly that would deceive you to put in your vital information. Now, how do they know that you might be interested in such transaction? Honestly, no one is totally free of phishing emails. I was thinking I was going to share that message today. Someone was saying that I created a phishing email in my organization on our employee evaluation, salary evaluation, something on salary evaluation, and our security analyst clicked on that link. Yes, even the security analyst clicked on the link. Like no one could say that, oh no, I am sure I would never. Somehow that person knows that, oh, everyone wants a salary review. And at that time, an email was received on salary review. Even the security analyst forgot to check some little details that would let you know that is this really a phishing link? We mentioned those little details last in our previous session. Part of those details, click on the tool and the send. Does it really look like the official email of your organization? Okay, so phishing emails, how people tend to send phishing emails, aside from the randomly sent ones, they try to study the person. They look at what are those things you're interested in. And once they get that information, then they send up that phishing email. So if you do not leave down that digital footprint, they wouldn't have known what you'll be interested in. Employment screening. 70% of employers now review candidates' social media profiles before making hiring decisions. Even the same goes to visa application. If you apply for visa in so many countries now, one of the places they visit is your social media. They want to see how you've been interacting. I mean, so those things you're posting, those things you're commenting on would definitely count. Legal and ethical issues, posts containing defamatory statements, copyright violations, saying things that are not true, saying things that you never knew maybe it happened or not. And you are actually making names, using their names, using this could lead to some legal and ethical issues. And because you have said it, and the internet never forgets, so it pops up. So we have some cases like that that are, I'm sure Maria will be happy to share with us. So the digital shadow. Now, some of us would say, I have deleted that information. I said it, but I deleted it. I said it, but it's no more there. I removed it. When you remove a content from our platform, it might have been copied, it could have been shared, it could have been archived somewhere else. So we should know that deleting, removing, just manual removal, yeah, deleted. You posted it, oh, quickly, let me go delete it, is not enough to take it off. Okay, so we have server backups, we have archive sites, you know, the Wayback Machine, screenshots taken by others. All these are part of the things that could always count, even after we might have deleted the message. So at this point, I would like to talk about protection. How do you not protect your digital footprint? The best protection is for you to be proactive. Act think before you act. Before you start thinking of reactive, think of proactive. Okay? What are those things you could do before you leave your digital footprint? Think before you post. That is one major thing. Think before you post. Then review your privacy settings. Regularly audit your privacy settings on all your social media platforms. Limit who can see your post. Tag you in photos and access your personal information. Not everybody should be able to tag you. Not everybody should access your personal information. And go back to update these settings. Don't use the same settings you've had 20 years ago, 15 years ago. Oh no, I never checked my settings. I mean, it's just there. Privacy settings. The privacy settings is there for a purpose. Take time. It might not take you more than less than 5 minutes. Review. Is this important? Is this not? Even if it takes you 5 to 10 minutes, it's worth it. Because the trouble it's gonna take you off would worth more than that 10, 15 minutes. Then, have you tried to search yourself online? Google your name periodically to see what information is publicly available to you. You know, when you once in a while just Google that name. Mariam Temitayo Ahmed. Yeah. For me, I've tried that so many times, including this morning, and same thing keeps popping up, more like my academic affiliation, and that I cannot help. Check images. You will keep checking images. Those images have nothing to do with me because I hardly upload any picture online. So check images, the news, the social media results. Check everything. Okay. Use quotation marks around your name or possibly precise results, and try variations of your name. If I try Mariam Temitayo Ahmed, I should also try Mariam Ahmed. I should try Mariam Temitayo, So try different ways to see, possibly If I'm not seeing some information under Mariam Timothy Ahmed, they could actually be under Mariam Ahmed. But why I always try to avoid searching Mariam Ahmed, I know there's like maybe I don't want to say a million Mariam Ahmeds. So it always gives like a random result. So try to Google that your unique name and see what it really brings for you. Clean up old accounts. These are also part of what we should do. Delete inactive social media profiles. Some of us have been either your Twitter account, your Instagram, or something. Oh, because I forgot the password one time and I just left it. I opened a new one. And we kept on opening new ones. And some of us even have some 4 or 5 accounts. So outdated accounts, whether in an organization or for an individual, are also a point of what vulnerability. There are always vulnerabilities and they could expose old information. They are always a point of attack. It's one of the loopholes that attacker use when it comes to even attacking an organization. They use old accounts. In some organization, it's like even when you are out of the organization for over a year and you still have access to the emails, you're still receiving some emails and all that. This really shows that what there's a gap, there's a security gap. Okay, you are no more there. Your everything should be taken off. Your account should be closed. Then understand permissions. Read the terms of service and data permission before accepting them. Understand what data hubs collect, how they are being used, and with whom they are being shared. Deny unnecessary permissions. Any kind of unnecessary permission. I don't understand it. They deny it. So, most importantly, even if for any reason you will still leave traces, whether you try to be careful enough, whether you try to think before you post and all that, somehow we will still have a footprint digitally, right? You need to build a digital footprint. What exactly are you building up there? Build in professional content, educational values, inspiring messages. These are okay. It is okay to look up your name and still say, not that, oh no, I don't even want my name to exist at all. No, how your name should exist, but leave a positive footprint. It's even a good thing that what you are leaving a footprint. It's a good thing. So as much as it can be a negative thing that you are leaving a footprint, it could also be something positive. It could be an asset. It's something worth building. Check up your name. What exactly is popping up? Are you building a positive digital footprint or you're building a negative digital footprint? So one could build a positive digital footprint by uploading your professional content, your educational value, inspiring messages, not things that do not matter. Not talking about things that you know that in 10 years' time, 15 years' time, if you look back, you might want to blame yourself. Why did I post this? What was I thinking? So, here is a case study, and I'll just take one moment to read this. So, this was the case of Justin Sacco, a PR professional who posted an ill considered joke on Twitter before boarding a flight to South Africa. And by the time she landed, the tweet had gone viral. She had become the target of global outrage, and her career was in ruins. The tweet was deleted within hours. She tried deleting it like almost immediately. However, there were screenshots and news coverage that followed her indefinitely. So this cautionary tale illustrates that what there are very critical points. The content could spread faster than you can control it. Don't think, yeah, I can always delete it. I just need to open my mind at the moment. I need to express myself at the moment. Who are you expressing yourself to? Who are you expressing yourself to? The things that you know that you want to put it there angrily, or possibly too happy, you know, check your mood of posting that particular thing because these are things that It could change. Your mood might change, and you feel, oh no, I'm okay with this person, or I'm fine with this other person. But then once it is there, it is there. So the context is easily lost, and the internet memory is permanent. So for this reason, we should watch what we really put up there. And even after apologizing, rebuilding a career, this single tweet remains the first result when searching her name years later. She has apologized, she has tried to rebuild her career, but then it stays there. Okay. So let's assume your post, that's always your assumption. Assume that whatever you're posting in there will be seen by the wildest possible audience. People who don't know you, people who don't understand your intent, people who don't even know why you're posting, and they don't even need to know. But one thing you should see, know that what seems kind of funny or harmless to you might be offensive or damaging when viewed by strangers, because they don't know your story. They don't know where you're coming from, right? So you have to try to maintain something that you know that this is really meant for public. People I don't know, people who are ready to judge me, people who are ready to say that, why do you have to, say this at this particular time? Because even when you delete it, they are still there. The internet don't forget. So here are some practical ways to delete your digital footprint, and Jamuria will still take us through some other ones practically. So you delete your old account, close an inactive social media profiles and online accounts you don't use. Then remove your personal information. All personal information should be removed. Always try to Google anything that is bringing up your family information and things that it's not professional, that it's not, that's not have to do with your career. Try to take it off. Then opt out of data brokers. Site like Aspokio, Being Verified, White Pages, they all collect and sell your personal information. And clear your browsing data as much as you can. She's going to show us how we can browsing data. Go to your settings. From settings, you go to privacies and set it at. You will see delete your browser data. So review your app permissions, audit what data your mobile apps can access, and revoke unnecessary permission, and securely erase your devices. Before you could give someone your device for repairs, for selling, to sell, to donate, or possibly you just want to dispose the device, ensure that you completely remove everything. First is you need to back up your data. Once you are sure that you back up your data, if you are logged in into a browser, first log out from that browser. Erase all history and try, once you already have a good backup, you confirm you have your backup, then you need to perform a factory reset on your tablet or possibly on your phone. So you can also use disk encryption and secure erase tools for your computers. Disk encryption would help you to encrypt your data. So even if you are giving your phone or possibly your system to someone for repairs, then your information will be encrypted. And by that, you can say that what the confidentiality of your information has been protected. So you remove your SIM cards, your memory cards, and sign on out of all accounts before resetting or before handling your phone to another person. So with this, I've come to the end of my own presentation. You need to be mindful. You need to be proactive before you actually think of what being reactive. You have to be proactive. Regularly review and manage your digital presence and be positive. Try to build a positive digital footprint. You know, that could open doors for you. It's an asset at the end of the day. Thank you all for your time, and I would also use this opportunity to thank FIRAT for this opportunity of educating the public. And at this point, I would hand over to my sister here. All right, thank you. So
presentation. It was a wonderful presentation so far. I was like, wow, this is interesting. The way I'm learning. And thank you so much for the opportunity to come share one or two thoughts. Right. Okay. When we talk about cybersecurity, I normally tell people cybersecurity is everyone's responsibility and business, irrespective of whether you're in the tech ecosystem or you're not in the tech ecosystem. You just have to take cybersecurity very serious. And your digital footprint might make or mar you if you are not careful. Make sure you share professional content, not personal content. Because sometimes we wonder how comes a certain store knows what you're talking about with your colleague or with your friend or you're discussing with your spouse and you feel like, are they spying on me? No. Those cookies you accept or those permission you give some certain apps or some certain websites to your device, they are the ones at work. It's not magic, it's not sorcery, is what you give that they take. I would normally tell people if you're not paying for anything, if you're not paying for something, then you are actually the product. You need free things. They say click for free things and you're clicking immediately. I'm sorry, you're like putting yourself up for Saul or you're putting yourself up for scammers or cyber criminals to take advantage of. So when you talk about cleaning your cyber security, your digital footprint, maybe you have a post or a comment that you want to delete from the cyberspace. So we have a lot of tools that you can use. But for now, we're going to talk about the deleteme.com. Deleteme.com, though, as we say, we normally don't advise for free things because of anything free then you are the product. We have cyber, I'll share my screen. We have deleteme.com and deleteme.com is used to delete all your digital footprint on the cyberspace. What you do is for you to just pull your email. When you pull your email, you can then let me share my screen. In Nigeria, not happen to anybody.
Do you mind I share my screen from here? Then we can explain with that. All right. So possibly I'm going to continue with the practical approach of erasing our digital footprint. And I hope she'll be able to join us possibly before. Let's see if I could also share. Let me do a screen sharing. All right. So I want to believe we could see my screen now. Okay. So one of the ways of cleaning up, for example, if you need to hand over your system to anyone, I mentioned that you have to delete all your footprints. So sign out of all your accounts. Sign out, ensure you sign out of all of your accounts. So that is one way. Then another way is you go to your settings. You go to the settings and you ensure that you erase everything. Yeah. So here is the settings and you go to privacy and security. So under privacy and security, you see your delete browsing data. So here you could delete your history, the cookies, the cache, and more. So once you click on this, it tells you everything that you can delete, the cached images and files. So you can actually delete as much as you want here. No, I'm not deleting. So this is the one she was talking about. This is deleteme.com. Deleteme.com would help you to see what is your digital presence, what digital footprint are you leaving. So you could check what digital footprint you are leaving by putting in your email. Search by your email or okay, possibly I'm using Gmail account and I'm checking what my footprint looks like. Right? Okay, let me see. I'm not sure if you can see the result of the deleteme.com just by searching my footprint. So in the case of uh, uh, our technical person, how can I share my screen here? Okay. I'm trying to share the next what is it called tab. So I think it's now okay. Yeah. All right. So here is the result when I checked my when I went to deleteme.com and I searched from my email. and here is the result, no result found for. So you need to keep searching. What digital footprint are you leaving? I don't want to put my other email. I know that could have something. So, and if I want to search for my name here, I want to see for my name, what digital footprint am I leaving? So, these are actually free ones, and you can always get when you have something to really delete. You might need to pay something to do that. So, you search for your digital footprint. So we offer only one free scan, so you could check for yours, and you can check for your email as well. What is the digital footprint for your phone number, for your emails? So all these are part of the things we can search. You can, I mean, to let you know what exactly is your footprint. And there are ways you can also erase your footprint. It might, like I said, you might really need to pay something when you really want to delete certain stuff. But to avoid paying those money, think before you click. Review, look at it. Do I really need to post this? Because are you ready to pay the price? In another few years, do you think those things would really matter anymore? So, and most importantly, when it comes to handing over your phone, handing over your devices to people, try to erase the data as much as possible. Your browsing data, take it off. Browsing history, take it off. Your cookies, remove everything. So all these are part of ways we could protect ourselves. So I would really like to stop here, except we have some messages, I mean, or possibly questions from our viewers, then I'll be happy to answer. Thank you. In the absence of none, see you again in our next month, in our next edition of our Watchover. Thank you.